What's up, friends? Guess what I got talked into playing again? Vampire Therapist! I hope Flapper shows up because this was her pick. She wanted it. Yeah, did you hear Flapper? The one who spoils you almost as much as I do? Chili's been in a bad mood for a little bit because I've had to work and she hasn't been getting spoiled. But hopefully, if the right people show up who spoil this dog, she'll be in a better place. So let's keep going. Let's see if I remember how to play this. Let's see if I remember anything. Probably don't. Why is my light all fucked up? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's better. Okay. Yes, I'm in a hoodie. Yes, I have wet hair. Yes, that means I did take a shower during my work from home day. Nobody tell my boss. Oh, Blazy. Dang, it's taking it.
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Sorry. Also, they just released the soundtrack to this game on Spotify, which I hate Spotify, so I don't use it, but iTunes? Devs? iTunes? Okay. I think we're gonna get hit on by some goths.
Hey, cowboy.
Hi,
Why the long
Flapper.
face?
I think we're gonna hit on this lady.
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
He's a horse.
Your daughter.
My horse, actually.
Knew it.
She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
You didn't answer my question, gunslinger. What's got you down?
I like her.
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me
Oh,
a
yeah, the
tongue lashing
Italian
to
lady.
remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone
No.
I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
Fair.
You're a lawyer?
Yeah, look at her.
Yes, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind. Before you start with the vampire jokes.
Every goth
Just a
bitch
wide-eyed DC
was a lawyer
do-gooder.
once. Hi, Lux.
But I get what you're talking about.
I'm a cowboy.
People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
You do not.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
Well, she did say that I'd given
Cruncher.
her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
Go away. I'm not answering this right
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Take the W. What, the wagon?
now. Oh my god. That's a Lux joke.
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B2. That's blood, see?
Makes me want to goth dance.
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those
He's like,
cheeks.
those two goths did too much to
You
me.
really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing.
She's still pouting, so she's not going to come over, but she got her treat.
Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm
I
one.
kind of like how, like, absolutely bouged up this coffin is, except for the fact that, like, there's absolutely no way it's not just a coffin, you know? Them shits are tight fits. I would know. I did a quick change inside of one once for a show. Not once, for an entire run of a show. Like, there's no elbow room, and there's a whole TV and, like, a shitload of books, and this has got to be the world's biggest coffin. Or do you think vampires shrank?
That's the good stuff.
Gross. Didn't know that
Now,
in my
maybe
ear.
I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch.
Probably gonna do that one.
Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
Oh, we get to pick? Uh-oh. Thoreau? Homie, it's a good thing you're dead or you'd just try to kill yourself again. Yike-a-roonies. We're gonna watch the Stooges.
I never get tired of these jokesters.
I got an achievement called the highest of taste. Hi, Brody. Oh my god, there's just an entire Three Stooges episode? I wonder if there's an achievement for watching the entire episode. There's just straight up an episode of the Three Stooges in here.
What is your name?
Gail Tempest.
What is your
Gail
occupation?
Tempest.
I'm a dancer.
On the night of February the 13th, were you working at the Black Bottom Cafe when this murder was committed?
Yes, but I didn't do it.
Then
But I
who
didn't do it.
killed Kirk Robin?
I don't know.
Didn't you kill Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor, and ask that the last question be stricken from the records. It
I
is
love
merely
this
an attempt to influence this intelligent, broad-minded, and most intellectual jury.
I forgot this show was like this.
Objection sustained. Thank you, Your Honor.
That is all.
I am gonna make you guys watch all of this because I want to watch all of this.
Quiet, Polly.
They're gonna put a parrot on the
If it
stand.
please the court, Your
Oh,
Honor, at this
boy.
time I would like to introduce my three main witnesses, Howard, Fine, and Howard.
Gone to lunch. Little Larry, Mo, Larry, and Curly.
They were here a minute ago. Will you pardon me, Your Honor? I'll be right back.
To go find these idiots because they left. Oh, the big square man walk. Uh-oh. They're playing jacks out in the hallway. Uh-oh. Of a courtroom?
Hey, what's the idea of spoiling the game? I was for onesies. Well, here's twosies. He was for onesies? You get him to... Here's fivesies.
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
And they actually, like,
don't you realize
hit each other.
Pippa's life is at stake?
Big man got some hops. This is not gonna go well.
Will you gentlemen
boy.
please try to be a little more quiet in the court?
Certainly, Judgy, the gate is locked.
Certainly, Judge. The gate is locked. Oh my god.
No, no, no. Prepare yourself for the witness box.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand.
Oh no.
Now put your
Oh
left hand
no. Listen,
here. Please take off your hat.
it's like Who's on First. This
Raise
shit's
your right
funny.
Now put your left hand here. Will you please take off your hat? Raise your right hand.
Oh my goodness.
Now put your left hand here. Take off your hat. Raise your right hand. Will you get rid of that hat? Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Huh? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Are you trying to give me the double talk?
Oh boy.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Why
I think we need to give credit to everybody else who's a part of these episodes because everybody talks about the Stooges being funny, but these other two guys rocks.
He's asking you if you swear to tell
Like-
the truth. Truth is stranger than fiction, Judgy Wudgy. Kindly address this court as Your Honor and take the oath.
I just, like, I know this is,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I'm 12 minutes into this, but I just still really want to watch this because it's funny.
Where did I put it? No. Take the stand. I got it. Now what'll I do with it?
Oh boy.
Sit down.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You're in the court, not in Clancy's pool room. Sit down. I'm a victim of circumstance.
Circumstance.
Be quiet.
Just beating each other up casually
case.
in a courtroom. I think this was back when lawyers could.
On the night of February the 13th?
Certainly.
Did you at that time see the defendant, Miss Gail Tempest,
Are they playing
in any way,
tic-tac-toe?
shape, or form commit or try to commit bodily harm to the deceased Kirk Robin?
I object, Your Honor. Counsel's trying to lead the witness. Objection sustained.
Mr. Howard, did you see Miss Gail Tempest in physical fight with Kirk Robin?
If it pleases the court,
Oh.
may I suggest that counsel be
Oh,
instructed
no.
to allow the witness to testify to what he saw.
I say, Jasper, what comes after 75? 76. That's the spirit.
I think that's a joke that I didn't get.
Proceed with the testimony.
76.
Mr. Howard,
That's the
kindly tell the court
spirit.
what you know about the murder of Kirk Robin.
Well, it was like this, Mr. Court.
Address the judge as Your Honor.
Well, it was like this, my honor.
Oh.
Your Honor, not my honor.
Why? Don't you like him?
Allow the witness to proceed. The court understands him.
Oh
Thanks, Court.
boy.
You're a pal. Well, me and my pals, we're musicians. We were tearing up some hot swing music in the orchestra. Gail over there was
Orchestra?
swinging her fans. Her sweetie, Kirk Robin, was inhaling a bottle of hooch at a table. And a hoofer by the name of Buck Wing was getting ready to shake his tootsies.
Kindly speak English and drop the vernacular.
Vernacular? That's a doiby.
Drop the vernacular. No, not that. Talk so the jury can understand.
Spirit of 76 is a joke.
Say, Judgy, if you let me, my partner, and Gailey kind of act it out for you, we'll show you just what happened.
If counsel
The
doesn't
spirit of
object, that's
76 is a patriotic sentiment typified by the zeitgeist surrounding the American Revolution.
Okay, Gailey.
Well, I guess 1976 hadn't happened for them yet, so. Okay, we're going to bed.
I can't help but feel there's some symbolism
Oh, well,
to the part
I didn't
where
watch that
Curly
one.
gets his head crushed in a vice.
Yep.
All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
These curtains just struggle every time. All right, let's go.
Samuel.
Hey.
I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Well, you could have, made sure that didn't happen, but.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
Oh! Do you want to be?
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend.
Is that a yes?
Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone.
Oh, also, fun fact, I think every dude in here who's not Matt Mercer is the same guy. And it's the guy, if you've played Hades, who voiced Hermes.
In truth, I have failed to help clients.
He
with
made
this
this, he
particular
made this all
disposition
by
many
himself,
times.
top to bottom, and then got 3 other people to do voices.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't
And you
help 'em, how
look
can I?
great.
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
Shit.
Yeah, all right. Control fallacy. I know. I can
Okay,
help some
I'm
folk.
remembering.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of them. in my
Theater
time. They
fella.
can be a little, self-absorbed.
Hey. Hey! Highly influential Shakespearean stage actor to the Georgian period. Ooh. Personal interpretation of characters, most pantomime performances. To alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. Yeah, theater boy. Wishes to return to the stage. Demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen. Edmund Kean.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember,
He
I will
comes.
give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I hope I'm up to this.
That.
What is this vampire I see before
Ooh,
me?
hey, Ruffles.
I'm Sam
Hey,
Walls. I'm your
yo.
new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
Although this looks very French. No, Georgian period. Georgian period is the American Revolution. A joke about the American Revolution, and then you give me a dude who's dressed like it's from the fucking American Revolution. I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Oh, how fortuitous! A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith.
See, but I like him. Why is he unlikable?
Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I'm gonna
doesn't
do
seem
everything
like
I
a
can.
bad.
I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
The Divine Comedy existed, Sam. No, I think he's pretty sure about that one.
mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions. What is
Which
life
are?
for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning? And what a piece of work is Vampire! How noble in stature, how infinite in life!
Okay, Hamlet. Fuck
In
around.
form and moving, how express and admirable!
This is just Hamlet.
In action, how like a demon!
This is also this speech from Hamlet is a song in the musical Hair. It's called "What a Piece of Work Is Man."
In apprehension, how like a bat! Ah, the beauty of the night!
Are you good? Keep going.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
Okay, Hamlet. Do it.
Dust upon dust. Already that whence we came.
Oh, well, that was a lot.
You get an achievement for letting him do his whole monologue.
You understand, don't you? Death has no
Oh.
meaning, because life never had meaning. To die, perchance to sleep.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theatre historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus.
Oh, okay.
He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with the secret. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself.
May?
Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always gonna have doubts,
Oh,
compadre. That's
boy.
normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect. Edmund states that he is perfect.
Oh.
Even in the most generous evaluation of his skill is such a thing possible. Because it's simply not possible. Acting.
Sorry, Phil, I gotta stop you for a second there.
Hello,
You really
Flapper.
saying you're perfect?
Oh, not at all. I'm not a narcissist. I believe I would find myself quite inept at, say, street cleaning or dishwashing. But as far as acting is concerned, yes. If an actor be assessed, you would assess him on the scale of Edmund Kean.
Okay.
Oh, come on. You ain't ever forgotten a line?
I suppose, on occasion, a line has left me due to circumstances beyond my control.
Okay, that's not how that works.
But that is the fault of alcohol, not of Edmund Kean.
Now Edmund. How did the alcohol get into a position where it could cause you to forget lines? Anyway.
So in those times you were drinking, you might not have been perfect. And the acting world kept on turning.
Oh, come now. I was clearly exercising some dramatic license. It is not so black and white.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say. But keep talking. We got some more stuff to sort out.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow. But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel? It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
I need my book. It's pink. They're all pink. Ain't nothing more to read. Why is it pink? I need my notes. Go back!
Listen carefully. Edmund is assigning a lot of responsibility to himself, isn't he? It is my gentle direction that takes the...
You're saying only you can change the course of acting?
It is demonstrably true.
Yeah,
There is
well, it
acting
just
before
updated
Edmund
today,
Kean,
too.
and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
He's not wrong, but I don't think he's one to be commenting on subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway.
Hey, at least we didn't make beans on toast, or that weird pie with it's got the fish head, stargazy pie.
These critics should honor me as is my due.
All right, friend, let's start that.
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because... Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have...
Wait.
This is a special client. Remember that he's this... Oh, there are celebrated...
Wait,
this
he
is a
just said it
special
should
client.
before, though.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times. But the actors of modern times... It is my gentle direction that take... These critics should honor me as is my due.
You're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause.
Are you
But if a
sure?
so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
Oh, get him. Oh, get him.
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them.
All right, friend, let's start that again from the top. I think we got a lot to unpack.
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became...
Sorry, Phil, I gotta stop you for a second there. You really
I think
saying
it
you're
all of them.
perfect?
Oh, not at all. But as far as acting is concerned, yes. If an actor be...
Oh, come on.
I suppose on a... But that is the fault of...
So in those times you were drinking?
Oh, come now.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. This is a special client. Oh, there are celebrated actors in these, but the actors of modern times.
Wait, it keeps repeating.
are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who... Edmund is doing a lot of name-calling, isn't he? But the actors of modern times.
So you're saying
I
modern
have to
actors
get
are
all
parrots?
of them.
Indeed. They are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually
See, I
birds,
played
do
too
you?
many JRPGs. I'm used to them having to finish their entire little speechify or whatever, speechify, before I can do stuff.
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but hate the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me. These critics should honor me as is my due.
All right, friend, let's start that.
Because
Wait.
it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
But labeling is only mean words. It's not nice ones. Sorry, this music is really good. Well,
Edmund states that he is perfect, even in the most...
I already
because
hit
it's
that
simply
button.
Sorry, Phil, I gotta stop.
Oh, not at all. But as far as
I
acting...
hit that button
Oh,
before.
come on.
I suppose... But that is the fault of...
So in those times you were drinking.
Oh, come now.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
I don't like this one. We've been having the same dialogue over and over and over.
This is a special client. Oh, there are
Yeah,
celebrated
see?
actors in these times, yeah. This is a... Oh, there are... But the actors of modern times. It is my
See,
gentle
I got that
direction
one before.
that takes the craft to higher echelons.
Hey, Pedro.
These...
All right, friend, let's...
Because
Yeah,
it's simply
see?
not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Okay, but it wasn't... Oh, God. That's actually a pretty good one, Lux. I'm gonna give you that one. Okay. So... But I've already said the control one, and it didn't work. And then I did the Nosferatu one. See, watch it.
Hold on
Oh
a sec
my
there,
God.
partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you? That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
There was another one.
Yes, impressive, isn't it?
Now, those are some
Okay.
pretty words.
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft
Yeah,
then.
he did.
It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
There's a lot that's been going on in this one that's just very niche to a certain group of shit.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Thou fiend!
Fiends.
You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable. I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad. Not so you might attack my every word.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation. Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly?
Okay, Hamlet.
Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
You can't.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles? Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages.
Go get a sunburn, ho.
His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him. He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not
Wait,
let him.
you're saying that if I became a vampire and I became so delusional about myself and my abilities that I could project reality warping fields that make things happen the way that I think they should? My Delulu would become true Lulu? Oh boy.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest.
You can
He
get
does not
so
control your
powerful that
reality.
you can gaslight reality?
I await your apology, sir.
No. Oh boy. I mean, I don't have anything to apologize for, but that might that might cause problems. I wasn't trying to rile you up none. I don't think if I was listening to Andromachos, I was busy freaking out about the ability to gaslight reality. Leopard!
I don't have anything to apologize for.
Get bent.
All I did was point out some truths in the things you were saying. Now, if that makes you angry, fella, I don't know what to tell you.
You wound me.
You wound
But I am strong. I persist. I fight. I know my worth, sir. I have fought and died for my art. I shall take my business elsewhere, and vampire society shall hear of your quackery. Stop him, Samuel. It is not anger, but fear that drives him. Show him he has nothing to fear from.
Fine.
Now, I wasn't trying to rile you up none.
Yet I bared my undead soul to you, and you treated me like a pincushion with your sharp pricks.
Pricks ain't
No,
got nothing to
this
do
is
with
pretty
this,
common for actors.
And now you seek to proposition me? Of course, it always goes like this. To you I am a void, nay, a whore, to use as you please.
All right,
When
sir.
you're all alike, I say. Go on then, use me. You are
Use
losing
me.
him, Samuel. You are not just a therapist, and you are not just a vampire. He is a...
Easy, boy, easy.
Not the horse.
I shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
Not the horse.
A good vampire? What on hell?
He just needed to be called a good boy.
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
You just needed to call him a good boy, and he would listen.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend. A friend who wishes to help me.
No, he really did get called a good boy once and just immediately putty. Praise kink, praise kink.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am. Though I scarcely understand how.
Hey, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your
Now he's like,
profession
this
in
is
many
the
ways
audio equivalent of
similar
like
to acting.
crawling. Like, say it again.
It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
He straight up is just like begging, like, please.
It is
Please.
the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and
This is what I mean when this is exactly what I meant when I said that he didn't have questions about his sexuality in that first question. He knows what it is. Just tell him he's been
We
good.
see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
Huh. One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
You cannot, you must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
For me there is only one future, save oblivion.
Come on now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so. What else have I but the stage?
Oh, Flapper and I are not yucking any yums, Lux.
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what,
We
though,
are
compadre, you
appreciators
are
of them.
more than the stage. What if theater just didn't exist?
Perish the thought. Perish it with all due enmity.
Enmity with
Unlike
what?
some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Bink.
You calling most of our kind
Okay, I'm
parasites?
getting better.
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Get him.
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
That was
Well, why
easy.
should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
Must a death have a worth?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something.
Unfortunately, Flapper, I cannot help you in that situation because he bullies me too. And
Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Lux, put him back.
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I cannot physically harm you, Lux. You would just let
I
me.
shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Mm. Oh, whoops.
Vampires ain't
Hell
got nothing to
fucking
offer
yeah.
you.
Getting better. I do. No, the reason that I died when you did that is because you got me right in the reflex spot on my knee with like the big knuckle. That shit hurt so bad.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're disqualifying the positive things about us vampires.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing.
Do you?
The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
Are they?
And what am I doing?
You are
Mocking me.
undermining me, causing me to doubt myself. I know thy purpose, wretch.
I love hitting that wretch.
This
Great. Rev it
therapy
up.
business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
Given what we know about you, sir, I think you actually want that. You kind of want that really badly. You are not allowed to play this man at any of our Friday games. Besides, the twins are still alive, so we're still Southerners.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
Because I'm not sitting next to you while you do this character. I'm not sitting across from you
now
either.
you
I
doubt
can't
my
look at you while you do
sanity.
this.
Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither.
That's a euphemism.
I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me. You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile.
I bet you'd like that.
Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
No, literally. Just... Obviously, Flapper!
Easy there.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
He's already dead, Lugs. I ain't gonna hurt you more than you want me to.
You want to hurt me?
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
You really don't want to hurt me? You'll keep me safe?
You'll keep me safe? Oh my god, you are joking!
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here.
He is. He's about to just crawl. Please, say it again.
We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But
Not wrong.
to sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
Boys.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
Boys.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed
He was
Achilles,
real, like,
though my
indeed.
sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
That's a euphemism.
Tain't my place to comment.
He said taint.
Oh, it seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Oh, so Sam's a top. Got it.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Don't say that. He's just gonna bend.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
Uh-huh. You are.
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
No, he's just gonna start crying.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's a euphemism.
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
We shall vanquish my demons together.
That's
I
a
cannot
euphemism.
tarry. The stage awaits.
Dang, what the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
A euphemism?
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
I'm not gonna make a horse
that.
dick joke.
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Hello?
Save it for our next session. Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Well, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose.
Are you
All
gonna
right,
hook
Eddie,
up with
I'll see you
some
later.
goth weirdos
Good
again?
night, Samuel.
Goth hotties,
Rest in
actually.
peace.
Rest in peace.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that?
I didn't need that
Bloody
in my
Mary?
ears either.
No, a bloody Steve.
Cute.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive.
Sweetie, he was an international celebrity about 100 years before you were alive. The Georgian era was the 1770s. Cowboys were like the 1840s. Oh
Seems
boy.
like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
He was pretty confrontational, but
You know, I think
he
it was
happy
good
to
for
talk about
him.
himself, at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
You know, the only reason that he asked is because he wanted to get in on that action a little bit. Like, hey, is that Andy's blood? Just asking. You're not subtle, Sam.
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
Girl, what?
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Can I mean, like, maybe you could offer just like a sampler, like maybe just like a little. Sam, you are not subtle.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with. But let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here. What happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
Okay, tell me, mommy.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
You.
Panopticella. Oh, panopticon, all the eyes. Cute though. That's cute. Flapper, I'm getting you vibes.
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
I've been watching you.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you.
Cardigan?
I see everything. My name is Panopticella. It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi, and now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Are you hitting
yep,
on this
that is
cowboy
so.
girly pop?
Come, drink from my neck.
Okay.
I wish to see what it is like.
Okay.
Those are my
Chomp.
arteries. Do you not see what you are doing?
I thought that's what we were supposed
Oh,
to do.
shucks, maybe I'm colorblind.
Ew! No.
Yes, I see now.
Oh, so it goes
That
for
was
the blue
very
one.
pleasant.
Got it.
You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
Hey!
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Thank you.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
Well, Crimson's mad at me. Now I've got some new girly pop with all the eyeballs. She's cute though.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
Sorry. I don't know if I turned the background music down really far, but it's like...
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend.
Good
I
bass
shall
in
not
this one.
unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality.
So you're like vampiric beekeeping age, is what I'm hearing. Anyway.
It took me far too long to do so.
Is she as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
1804. Well, okay. It's like Gale with the gray streaks. So that name is said like Mev. My Irish is bad, I'm sorry. Medi. Irish Clan World, yeah. So she's famous online.
Dang, she died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left her nicer looking corpse.
Doesn't even say how old she was when she died. Or just
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
Mood.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
Am I an elder vampire?
I sure do hope I can help her.
I like staying home.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
I hope. She cute.
Hello?
Ma'am, I love you.
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbub? Medb?
Mev is my real name.
Medby's
just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Meddy. I'm Sam.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
I'm going through a vampiric transition, much like, spoilers, Amy Adams in Night Bitch. If you haven't seen the trailers for that, it's fucking wild.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit.
I like
or
her a lot.
Mouse. Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Oh, she's me. I love her.
You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much.
I like this woman.
I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on.
Okay, now this is like kink territory, baby.
Give me my whiskery little pet.
Yup.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
But yeah, no. This woman's definitely popular on the internet.
Older vampires such as myself
Lux,
can
don't you
sometimes
have a
be
cowboy hat? I would expect
uncomfortable
you
to
to
be
have
around.
one.
I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel.
I don't kind of want to.
Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese?
Oh, this woman's so popular online. This woman is impossibly popular online.
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries. This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet.
No.
are
People
things you
will
should be
pay
doing
her
with a blood partner.
just to like say
Besides,
shit like
I make
that
the
to
rules
them.
about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
Baby, she's not actually gonna put you in a
want me
cage.
to do things to your body?
No, I do.
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
Yeah, that's how she makes the money. See, who doesn't eat cheese, first of all? And who doesn't want to wear a onesie? They're comfy. But I guess he's like a manly man.
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd
you're
fit.
too big, Sam.
I
You're
could
too big and
sew
strong
one
and
for
broad
you. I
shouldered.
would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
She like quietly doms people
I don't eat
on the
cheese,
internet.
you know
or
that.
actually loudly doms
We only
people
drink
on the
blood
internet.
anyway. Mortal food
But
doesn't
not in, like, a
exactly
sex
agree with
way.
us.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not
Hardly
a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
That's actually a good
I just
question,
like the
Maddie.
way they look.
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna. Take
I
it or
wonder if
leave
she's
it.
got that thing where she's used
You're
to
very
like
mean for a
hypnotizing people.
mouse.
I think that about covers it.
Ugh, very well. It's a little boring.
Oh, there
People
it
usually let me do what I
is.
want to do to them.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here.
Pet
Now,
name.
it said on your intake form that
No.
you're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work you in?
I play video games.
Video
Mood.
games? Like Star Invaders?
I'm gonna kill you.
No, silly. More like Overcharged 2 and
Pension Impact.
More of an FPS and RPG girl.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots of
Video
fun.
games.
There's even one where you get to play a cowboy.
Hey,
and
Red
kill
Dead Redemption.
Bunches and bunches of people. Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video
no,
games? How's
Being
that?
an Irish dommy mommy who like is really gentle with it, I just know the money's
I
rolling
stream
in.
on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
Of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I
There
could pay,
it
which I can't,
is.
because I'm a vampire.
All right, you gotta walk me through this.
She would have an OnlyFans.
What's streaming mean if it ain't paying?
Oh my god.
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's
Only
you answering
zealots.
emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people.
Girl,
that
there was a
only
way
look
better way
like
to
people.
explain this.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though. What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone.
Lux.
I like
Don't
the
fall
ones where
into
there's
the
lots
trap.
and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Well, they still
She's
using
just like
corn syrup to look
a
like
little
blood.
bit
That never
violent.
looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games. What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
Girly
You've
pop.
been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal blood bags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
Yep, she's
This
a
whole
mommy
thing
streamer.
makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I had some
We're
more
getting
questions.
very biological today.
All right, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me.
Yep.
Buy clothes and gifts for me.
You're a vampire. What do you mean you pay rent?
They dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them, too. They're all so eager to die.
I bet she's like,
Poor little lambs.
They're like servants,
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
and they're willing to just up and die for you.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Okay, girl.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
It's just
I
a
reckon
very
I just wasn't expecting
biological
that level
level
of candidness.
Yeah.
Breasts, vulva.
Okay, see, yeah.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
I feel like I'm being domed, and that doesn't happen.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're
I
interested in?
wonder if she was like a cult leader vampire for a while. That definitely tracks.
Suppose I enjoy reading and video games. And I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
Girl.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow.
There's an unfortunate timeliness to that.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
A control
But like
fallacy?
bossing them around in
Why
like a
is that,
cutesy way where
Madeline?
like they want to like do as she says.
It's
not
the
like
idea
giving
that
an order.
you either have complete control over
you know?
something or
Not in
no
the-
control
not in
over
the,
something.
Sort of way.
The
But
idea
in the,
that you
oh
can
gosh,
make
I could
everyone
really use
happy
some
is something
help
that ain't in
kind of
anyone's
way.
power. And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn
Lux.
against you ain't true either.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
Okay.
That is much
Sucks for
appreciated,
you,
miss.
Lux.
And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
You're not getting rid of the bodies?
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
Stop emailing me. Go away.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
She's not entirely wrong.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were
Hi,
around as
Brave.
long as you and seen some of the stuff
We're
you've
all here
seen.
getting quietly domed by an Irish mommy-dommy vampire streamer. Welcome.
Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
Oh no.
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. They always like it when I show off,
No. Maddie, no.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things
Oh
about yourself
no,
just
now
because they
I'm
don't see it.
sad.
though. Very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
This chat thirsting after Maddie as if she can hear them.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
You say
Easy
you
mode.
should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel.
This
After all,
chat
they're so
has
cute
not
and
been
they
caught in
die with
4K.
smiles on their
This
precious
chat
little
outed
faces.
itself in 4K. This chat was very excited to out itself in 4K. None of you are safe from my eyes of truth. I see you.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse.
Sugar mouse.
Someone might try to eat you.
Lux, don't.
Heck, they
don't.
already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
Your Honor, I was moderating. I was observing the whole time.
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
Well, my blood father used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods.
Well-
Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They
Blood
like continuing their
parents.
legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
She is ginger
Well,
though,
you should be
Brief.
proud of
That's
yourself
gotta
for getting
be
away from
working
him.
some way
I
in
know
your
it ain't
favor.
easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago. He'll slow our soul when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more of us now, and I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit.
It's like, have y'all seen that tweet? And it's like, the reason there were no American students at Hogwarts is because American wizards have metal wands that cast one spell, bullet. We would have been fine in that invasion, is all I'm saying.
I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Yeah, basically, it'd be like, get the words out before I put this whole magazine through y'all.
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
Aw, now I'm sad again.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think
Harry
you'd blow
Potter
all
with
off.
all guns.
But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more
No,
in
it's
between.
it's straight up is the twins. That's why I like playing our artificers, because everybody else is like magic, and we're like click click, let's go.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
Harry Potter and the one in the chamber.
I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
You know, Pedro, I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Such as when the machines arrived.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the
You
bog.
would have been a bog
Not
witch.
like that very much. Not at all.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
That's a shit
All right.
statement.
Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona, the witch of the bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster.
Calechamona. I was trying to learn Irish at one point.
But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power.
You
know what they used to call me?
I think it's Shonach.
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
They called me Slaughterin' Sam.
Okay.
And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
It's not
No,
really.
It ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
No, Sam, you should always feel cute. You're a graying cowboy. It's always cute.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh?
Being
But
Sam
keep
for
going.
Halloween is just you with a hat on.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
No, they're definitely flirting.
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
Yeah. This is like some fucking Bodicea era girly pop.
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Damn it.
We ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you with some
Damn
Living
it.
alone is the life I know.
You know
I was doing so well,
you're what,
too.
Some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of.
You saw like the Roman Empire.
Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by canceling out
That
all
one
them
was a
skills you got.
euphemism.
You can use all that modern lingo I've barely even heard of. You dab fam?
You dab? Yeah, kind of.
That was ages ago.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. The world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
Looking at the moon? Like a werewolf?
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
That feels like something an Irish fae might do. I'm into it.
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home.
Girl,
Promised I would eat them when we
it's
got there, so
dark out.
shouldn't keep them waiting.
You heard her. Lux, what did you just clip?
Farewell then, little mouse.
Hoo-wee!
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
She was something else.
Me dabbing.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
She sure do, I think.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior.
Ghosts, maybe not. Just saying.
You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again. Rest in peace, my friend.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs. I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
If she's not
Giddy
still
up,
mad at you.
little doggy.
Doggy has two
I ain't heard that one
G's.
in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
Aw.
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this
Yeah, but he
case,
likes
you're
you.
right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. It makes me feel old.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Oh, get him.
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
Chat, did they help her? Okay.
I reckon I can be of some aid. Just gotta figure out all this technology. My dial-up modem might not be up to today's standard.
Maybe you were right. You are ancient.
Have you read that thing where it was like, I don't know why we got rid of the sound that came with connecting to the internet? Like, we should have been warned about the pain we were about to jump into.
But I'm glad you're feeling confident, cowboy. A vampire who can adapt is a mighty fine one.
Gosh.
Here's the thing.
Gosh.
Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend. I've got a rare blood cancer.
Aww.
Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face. I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Aww.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story
It's
one
just
day,
like
cowboy.
me.
Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
Really? I guess if it's like Doge. Doge?
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
Cartoons? Should we read a poem? Let's read a poem.
I think I'll read a poem. I've got one I love. Carry one, walk with. I celebrate myself and sing myself. And what I assume, you shall assume. For every atom belonging to me, as good belongs to you.
Aww.
I loaf and invite my soul. I lean and loaf at my ease, observing a spear of summer grass.
I've just learned a thing.
My
Orphaned
tongue,
calves.
every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air, born here of parents born here, from parents the same, and their parents the same. I, now 37 years old, in perfect health begin, hoping to cease not till death. Creeds and schools in abeyance. Retiring back a while, sufficed it what they are, but never forgotten. I harbor for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard. Nature without check, with original energy. Just a little reminder that I'm still human.
Aw, that's fun, Flapper.
I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
Good night, son. Won't you come? Sorry. And wash away the rain.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but I guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Oh, I don't think, here's the thing. My poetry knowledge is very poor. I was a big reader for a very long time. I was reading like Thomas Hardy at like 13 years old. It was ridiculous. So I actually don't know much about poems.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once. There is a term the mortals use these days, multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy. Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
I guess. I just hope I can concentrate on my own therapy with all this stuff bouncing around in my noggin.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head.
Oh, I'm sure you can do something to his head.
I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stealing the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret?
It's meditation,
Something the old
boy.
ones gave you that's been lost to time? Something mortals could never imagine?
No, it's just meditation.
Oh.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process.
Okay, chat, you heard him.
Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
I'd have to say the woods. I always liked
Your
being in
eyes are
nature.
open, sir. He said close them.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. When you try to focus on your thoughts, you will find them difficult to catch. What you must do is simply breathe. Fill your lungs, and your thoughts will slow down.
I kinda miss farting. Andy sure is a tall glass of water. I knew it. Boy kisser. Focus, boy kisser.
Simply concentrate on your thoughts for a moment, and they will clear. When they become elusive once more, simply let your breath go. I shall let you begin.
Okay.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. Andy sure is a tall glass of water.
That one.
I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Focus, Sam, focus. Who's got a pretty mane?
I'm breathing it. Andy's, yeah. I have let go all the way. Now I am breathing in. It doesn't tell me how to acknowledge my thought yet. Just have to breathe. Who's got a pretty mane? Are they all supposed to, like, light up at the same time? I wonder what Andy's hair would feel like running through my fingers. I wonder what Andy's favorite cologne is. I wonder... How am I acknowledging thoughts? I'm just breathing right now. Okay. See, but it says acknowledge thought down there on the left, so I'm like, which one? Or do they all have to be there? I don't remember. I don't know. I am confused. I am Confucian.
Wonder what's on Batflix. Should I hook up with Reinhardt?
No.
I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax, ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
No, it's Edmund. I kind of miss farting. That one's funny. Aw, I think I already said that one. Yeah, now I got clear all my thoughts. Come here, princess.
How are you feeling now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Andy went disappeared.
All right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Okay, Blitz.
Your horse?
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day.
Is that all you thought
Can't
about,
really stop.
Sam?
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah.
Would you like to start there?
Not sure I'd like it. But seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. I mentioned them before. Well, the Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty. They took my princess.
Oh, no.
Killed her in cold blood. and made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
Oh, Samuel, I am so sorry.
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I betrayed her. They knew what it would take to break me, and it's my fault for letting them do it.
But Samuel, these mystic bastards, it sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Well, it sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
Did you hear the ding? Did you hear the ding? Where's a good one? Not one of these little schnibbly bits. A good one. Okay. Ready? Up, up. Very good. You just,
What they
she did.
Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do.
Hi,
But Samuel,
Billy.
you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the mystic bastard's actions entirely to your own supposed failings. While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair
I don't know
nor
if y'all
accurate.
can hear it, but her tail is bonking the inside of my desk.
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control
It's a
fallacy?
bonk. Tilly, there's no snackies.
An astute observation, Samuel.
Tilly.
Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for kissings. Hi. Thank you for kissing.
While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you.
Puppy chompins.
But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now.
Tilly.
You are
Leave
correct
those
that
alone.
keeping
That's
all
chocolate.
distortions
You
in
can't eat
mind
that.
at once is unrealistic. I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important. You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I
Hi.
can see
Well, if it
Oh,
ain't
she's
my
gonna try
fault,
to get
who
my
else's
lap.
is it?
the mystic bastards, of course.
What?
Let me put it into perspective for you. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm.
That's just true.
I beat Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault.
That's the personalization.
But I admitted that I was distracted. In this case, I am clearly the cause of my accident, and it is no distortion.
Ah, I guess that
Okay.
makes sense.
So she's in my lap now. Tilly, stop. Okay.
Let me continue. Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what. I
This is
forgot to go
true.
to the dentist, and that is why I have cavities.
This is true.
Did you miss my person? I overslept. I beat Crimson's neck last night and missed. Batflix raised my subscription price again.
Well, that's the personalization.
Ay.
Batflix has no earthly clue who you are. They just raise their subscription prices anyway.
Ow.
Just as your gang planned to isolate members from their former lives. Do you see the connection?
Okay. We're okay. Hi.
I guess so. I was just too stupid to see it at the time.
Ah, calling yourself stupid is what distortion?
Labeling.
Yeah, it's labeling. But I should have known anyway. I knew that crew was bad news. I just thought I was bad news too.
You should have known.
All right,
That's a
fine.
should
Should statement,
statement.
whatever. So what the hell am I supposed to do, Andy? Say nothing's ever my fault and I don't gotta know nothing? I was responsible for getting that beautiful horse killed. She trusted me, and if I'd been someone else, she wouldn't have had to die in that awful way.
I am not asking you to lie to yourself. Far from it. And I am not suggesting that you absolve yourself of all responsibility. But what would you say if a friend came to you with the same story? Would you tell them what they should have done? Would you call them stupid? You said yourself that you joined your gang because they were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose. I do not think this is a circumstance most people choose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Remember, Samuel, we are trying to reframe our thinking by clarifying these distortions. I know it may feel as though I am picking on you, But I am not.
She has
Let us forget what you
her
should have done
whole body
to make
weight
room for a different
on
distortion.
my lungs.
You are drawing a direct link from your emotion
No.
to the death of your horse.
Why did you switch where
This
the
is a
buttons
distortion
are?
called emotional reasoning. I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act on its own. This terrible thing, it did happen, and some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless. But let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful
Tell
worked
me
up
your
when talking about my
audience is
princess.
here.
You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my
Big
tainted
puppy.
soul and still loved me.
A big puppy getting a squeeze. Oh, did you just burp on me too? Yeah.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly. I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions
Oh, big
color our thoughts.
yawn.
I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next
Fuck,
door.
that sounds good.
The mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
That's the emotional reasoning right there. I don't think them folk in the club know too much about how you're feeling.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing, and that is purely biological. We are animals, Samuel.
No.
There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die.
Out. Okay.
The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to recognize it.
Well, if reincarnation's
Would
a
anybody
thing,
believe
I
me
think
if I
I'd rather
said that
come
I was
back as a
actually
horse.
a terrier girly?
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang.
If I were
let
a
alone the
horse-
Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice. Nobody would have taken me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so
You are
hanging
made
didn't sound
of
too appealing.
pointy bits and elbows.
The last job I did got my brother killed. And after that, my wife left with my daughter and I never saw him again. Can't say I blame her. I didn't have nobody.
Oh, God.
Ain't no surprise that a
Okay,
vampire
okay.
gang would be the only people to take me in.
Billy. All right. Let's see if these still work or not.
Aha, so that is how you turn.
She manages to get her feet wrapped up in everything.
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing body sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed, we partnered up with one of them mystic bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable and that you had no place to go.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go. I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain
You're
that
a
no one
monster.
would have any pity on you at all. That your
You,
only recourse
speckled
was to join your
creature.
gang.
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with being terrifyingly old.
Okay.
You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu
no.
thinking. So let
They
us
took-
put that particular distortion out of
They
our
took
minds
away
for
one of
now.
my buttons.
Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization.
There.
The
I
idea
don't
that
like
no
where they're
mortal
putting my
could accept you.
buttons.
This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the mystic bastard's approach.
Damn. Maybe you ain't wrong, huh? Dang it, should statement.
Your mind is not a cognitive distortion shooting gallery, Samuel. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment.
Unless you're one of Medi's followers.
Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything.
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Samuel. Though in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself.
I'm sure you were.
I aspire to be more patient these days. Let me continue. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
Boo!
Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents.
I want to suck your blood.
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy.
Because there's a lot of
absolutes.
absolutes like all in there.
Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Correct, Samuel. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. Well done, Samuel. Your ability to identify cognitive distortions continues to impress. But
nice.
Let us bring things back to you. I do not ask you to absolve yourself of the things you have done. You did not have the tools to be mindful of the thought patterns that made you vulnerable to the mystic past. I have seen mindfulness take root in you, though, Samuel.
What do you want?
I hope this session has been helpful to you.
You already
I'm still
yoinked
sad.
with hordes out
I'm
of my
still
computer.
regretful about Princess. I think I'll always be. My not being mindful is what killed her. Every time I think about it, I just know I'm a terrible person who messes everything up. But I think the awareness helps.
It does. Then please tell me what cognitive distortion you just exemplified.
Oh, fuck.
Was it emotional reasoning, overgeneralization?
It's personalization.
Good, Samuel. But you will also
so
remember.
It's all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. If we're spouting cognitive distortions all the time, ain't my clients gonna be mad at my constantly interrupting them?
You continue to impress. Yes, we cannot bully our clients with distortions. Thus, I find it is best to clear our minds and focus on a few during each session. Keeping endless distortions in mind is not easy for a therapist either, after all. I think we have done excellent work tonight, and I'm certain you've built up a thirst. I know this evening was emotionally intense. Ask Crimson for some scotch.
Drinking booze ain't exactly compatible with our biology, Andy.
I bet it's like Scottish blood.
By scotch, I mean Scottish blood. It's iron-rich and quite delicious. I age it in whiskey barrels.
That sounds pretty nice.
Sounds kind of grody, actually.
Call it an early night.
As you wish, Samuel. Rest well, and do not lasso yourself so tightly, as you say. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself.
I'm just gonna leave before I get more embarrassed.
Or you make out. You kiss him.
Very well, Samuel. Rest in peace, my friend.
Cool. Because we're past time. Go back to my safe screen! Don't piss me off. Yeah.
Samuel,
Return.
greetings. You are seeing
Nope.
Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
Unfortunately, we're not, because it's time. Sorry, buddy. We're already over, though, by like 10 minutes. Anyway. So, next Tuesday is BG3. Next Friday is Cozy. And then the Saturday after that is Spooky. I'm going to be doing Oxenfree 2, I believe, which we're all going to have fun with, because I've actually never played that. I was super looking forward to it, and I bought it in the day it came out, and then I got really, really busy, and I couldn't play it. So, we're all going to do that together, and it'll be super fun. Anyway, listen, y'all can let me know what you want me to play in the Cozy channel on the Discord. Actually, you should, because I need suggestions. I'm finishing things, and things are coming off Game Pass, so send me stuff. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Go back to work. We gotta be adults. Bye. Tilly, say bye. Oh, you're not talking to me? Okay, fine.